peace forever and always. Welcome to another edition of the Realities Temple on Earth. Your host is his divine masculine brother AdMinister Taalik Ibn'rad.
Greetings, Royal Kindred. It's your sister Royal Legacy, and I'm coming with a new video to you. What's this video about? See, I want to talk about sisterhood. Black women. I want to say, you know, there's a lot of conscious sisters now that I'm seeing out here, and I think it's so blessed to see us really coming together and realizing our true self, you know. I want to encourage all the sisterins out there who may be going through the struggle, you know, and it's a tough struggle because you're trying to reclaim your true self, and you may have people in your family that really don't understand what you're trying to, you know, they're still caught up in the mentality of what society has fed them, and they really don't see what it is that you're trying to express. I want you to stay strong. And those times when you really feel like you are in a completely different world to those that are around you, those are some times when you really need to take time with yourself. Sisters that are reclaiming themselves, those ones that are dealing with meditation or iting up and finding their true self, reclaiming the ancestral spirit, you know, the divine womanhood. When you're feeling down, maybe it's a time to reflect in yourself. Maybe it's a time to chant a song. We may be on a path doing something, and the rest of those that are close to us may not understand where we're coming from. Natural liberty is a path of wellness, it's a path of awfulness, and that no matter if no one is supporting you in it at this time, you are going to stay strong in it. You are reclaiming your natural self, you know. Your hair is natural, your skin is natural, everything that you're using is something that's going to be beneficial to you. So I really wanted to speak on that, because sometimes you might be, it may seem like you're in a completely different world to other people. You know, you're trying to bring them there and to enlighten them and open up their eyes, but they just can't really see what you're seeing. Things and obstacles will come along to try and break you, to make you feel that you're so alone. And in those times when you feel that way, you know, maybe it's a good time to link a sister in or a brethren that's like on the same type of path as you, on that journey of reclaiming self and becoming stronger in natural liberty. Maybe it's a good time to link that one and reason with them about the liberty, you know, because those words are fire that can rekindle the flame again to keep it burning. And I know there's a great community of sisters out here on YouTube. It's so beautiful to see, you know, as our ancient self is manifested in this present time. I just watched a sister's video today, and I was just, honestly, I was just so inspired by her. She's so beautiful, and she was just on a positive vibration, just strengthening sisters to be more, you know, loving and, you know, appreciative of themselves, you know, accepting who they are. And that is deep to me. Like, that's really deep to me, because self-acceptance is the number one thing. When you can say to yourself, I'm beautiful. When you can say to yourself, I am that I am, and I need to just be me. And sometimes these are times we need to like turn off the television, you know, take some time away from certain vibrations so that we can focus on ourselves, you know, not selfishly. When I speak of this, I'm not saying to be selfish, but we all do need time to reflect within ourselves, to come forth again with more powerful strength. So, but we gotta keep pressing on. We gotta go through and come through. You know what I'm saying? In every single way. Yes, my sisters, I know that we are not represented in the media, in the general public, as the most beautiful women on creation, as the most intelligent and wise women on creation. I know that it's not put out there in that manner, but within ourselves we know that. Within ourselves we must realize that, I should say, because I guess some of us really don't know. But I want you today to know and to realize that you are beautiful, whether light skin, dark skin, brown skin. We come in all shades and tones, and we are beautiful. Our hair is just the most magnificent. It is wonderful in its natural state. We've got good eyes, we're strong people, we've got good blood. We just got to maintain that and restore it to what it was, you know, whether through detoxification, meditation, you know, chant, singing, dancing, all these elements that are here to help us. We just need to start to reconnect with it, you know, to find who we are, because we are great. We are nurturers. We are life givers, you know. We are beautiful people. We are kind and loving. That is our true nature. In spite of what they say about us out there, in reality, this is who we are as a people. Nobody said we're perfect, and like everybody else, they make mistakes. We too make mistakes. But working on self, we're going to find that true spirit that belongs to us. We just have to take time to nurture ourselves and focus on ourselves. Because they say, you know, whatever you focus on will grow. So if you focus on being a beautiful person, that's going to grow. And whether it be externally, internally, the way you associate with others, whatever you want in life, you just gotta focus on it. And I know that law is full and in effect. You know what I'm saying? I should say in full effect every day. The universe abides by certain laws, the laws on creation that's been set, that none can escape from. So if we want goodness to come into our life, we got to focus on goodness, you know. Love, we got to focus on love. Change, we got to focus on change. And press on. Keep pressing on. So I want to say to all the royal women of the earth, you know, all the goddesses and queens, to just continually strengthen yourself. I want you to always consider yourself in that manner, that you are the royal woman of the earth, the mothers of creation, the mothers of all nations. You are beautiful, more beautiful, something more connected within themselves, you know, something that is so true to the divine person that they are. I want to say big up to all of y'all out there. I know how the road can be sometimes, but we have to stay strong. We have to be the living example in the earth, so that each and everyone can be inspired to see the true beauty of the woman from that beautiful continent that is called today Africa. How we are shining in all our splendor, in our ancestral spirit. We come forth with a beautiful glow, with a shine like the sun. All mothers that are going through, though the journey may be hard, though it may be a struggle sometimes, we still have to press on. We still have to maintain. And, you know, let's take care of ourselves. You know, let's treat ourselves as queens, as goddesses, as empresses. My sisters, it is time for us to take our rightful place in this earth, and to really come forward as beautiful sisters, full of confidence, you know, full of good vibration, full of sisterhood. And I want to really encourage that, you know. I want to be amongst the ones that really feel positive about that and is firm about rekindling and strengthening up sisterhood. Yeah, serious. Yeah. So I guess I want to say big up to all sisterins out there. One love.
Greetings. Hi Royal Black Nation. I want to talk to you today, brothers and sisters, and I just want to talk a little bit about our culture and how far we've come away from it, and that we now start to regain some of that culture in our homes. And I started off with a little bit of drum beating. Practice makes perfect. I'm still practicing, so one day I will be perfect at it. But yeah, maybe all of y'all know what a drum looks like, but this is my son's drum. And I want to talk a little bit about it, because this instrument here holds a very significant place in our culture. And unfortunately in the West, they try to take that away from us and remove it out of our culture. And in a lot of our homes, we don't have even a drum. So I want us to start to bring some of that culture home, okay? Even if we live in an apartment, I think, you know, it's a really cute thing to be able to have a drum in your home, especially for your children. We should start to now introduce these instruments to our children so that they can start to play around with it and start to gain some culture, okay? Not only just the children, but even if we can't afford to buy a drum, we can get some drumming CDs and listen to them. And you know what? One of the best workouts is putting on a drum, getting you your little African cloth like I spoke to you in my other video about, wrapping it around your waist, if you're a woman, of course. I mean, brothers can do this too. And you put on your drumming CD and you dance. Dance. Release your energy and let your body flow. And you know, with that, dancing to African drums, you don't even need to go to the gym, because African dance will get you into shape. Dancing alone will get you into shape. And I mean, that is something that is so predominant in the culture, dancing. So, you know, even dancing to a drum. Have you ever danced to an African drum before? It's really powerful. It is one of the most beautiful things to do. So I really wanted to talk about these little instruments that are so important to our culture. And unfortunately, a lot of us nowadays don't even have one in our homes. Now that's my son's drum, and that's what I bought him for his birthday. So even some little ideas on things that we can actually buy as birthday gifts from our children, you know, that we don't necessarily have to buy the next Hot Wheels car, or we don't necessarily have to buy, and I hope y'all don't buy Barbie dolls, but you know, you don't have to buy these things for your children. You can buy them little African drums. Now this is another instrument that I bought my son for one of his other birthdays. I really don't know the name of it, but you can make music. So, you know, the children can get to understand different sounds by messing around with some of these instruments. I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with it. So many things you can do with this, and believe me, children will get extremely creative with these instruments. Unfortunately, I can't find my tambourine, but I had one, and I just don't know where I put it or where they put it, because, you know, they utilize it as well, and I'm happy for that. I want to see our children start to regain some culture, and we need to start with it too. So that was just a little piece. It's a short thing. I just wanted to talk a little bit about starting to reincorporate some of our culture at home and have it available for the children to mess around with it, so that they can learn. Before you know it, your son, your daughter could be a professional drummer, okay? So that they can start to appreciate, love all of the richness that Mama Continent Africa had to offer our people. Okay, so it's more than just us talking consciousness. We really have to apply it in our lives, in our daily lives at home. We got to start applying the culture, okay? So that the next generation coming up can start to benefit off of it. Because, I mean, the drum is the heartbeat. There ain't no music that's going to sound good if it don't have a drum beat in it. Okay? And we can really start to connect soulfully again to the beat of the drum and the sound of our ancestral music. So don't forget, you can work out to drum beats and dance and free your energy and free up all the bad vibrations that this society wants to put on you and keep you trapped. Let your spirit free. Dance and be free. Make if you want to say, a fool out of yourself at home, but enjoy yourself, you know, and free up your energy with African music and drumming, and, you know, dance yourself to healing. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the instruments that we can start to bring into our homes to bring back the culture. So blessed love to each and every one of y'all, my people in the earth, and one perfect love.
Yeah, I'm just going to continue a little bit more because I have a little bit more time. So, yeah, I was like, on that standard thing, I really dislike it, because I said to myself I wasn't going to let nobody set some standards, especially when it came to teaching my children, you know. And for that reason, I took them out of the school and I homeschooled them. And it's a rewarding experience, honestly, because, and I think it's a good thing, because now you can training, and it is training your children to grow up in a manner that's respectful and honorable, okay? When they're at school all day or at the daycare, and I know some people cannot afford to do that, and there are situations that you're put in, but if you can, big ups to you, and if you are, more big ups to you, because I said to myself, first of all, and I don't really care who don't like what I have to say about this, I wasn't going to have no homosexual teacher push their ideas up in my children's head. For one, I don't agree with that type of lifestyle, and I was not going to have anybody influence my children into that type of behavior. So that I made sure I needed to put my foot down, because I realized, and I watched a video on YouTube the other day where they're actually teaching the children to accept this type of lifestyle. And I feel that to be wrong, because you can't be pushing that kind of stuff on people who have different, whether it be religious beliefs or moral beliefs, period. So that was one. And then I also knew that they were not going to get any sort of self-esteem going to the school, because they were hardly ever going to learn about their people and their people's contribution to society. So I felt that was, you know, absolutely necessary for me to make that decision. And also, you know, when your children are in your presence, you're able to guide them, you're able to discipline them, okay? You're able to correct them when they're making mistakes, when they're not behaving themselves, or, you know, just basically not showing the respect that they should, to whether it be to their elders or their brothers and sisters. And also, they are allowed to explore a little bit more at home. You know, they can be more adventurous. I see my children build some things, get so creative when they pull out the sheets or whatever else they're doing, and they create some things at home. That's amazing. They create some tapes in the little equipment, so I know that their minds are at work as well, you know. and I see the love and adoration they have for each other when they play with each other. It's really good. They even learn how to problem solve amongst each other. You know what I mean? So all that is a positive. It's a plus, plus, plus. And then also, you know, they would have a greater respect for you as the parent, because they're seeing, you know, the sacrifices that you're making. They're around to see how you prepare the food. They're around to see just daily activities in your life, so that they don't have a false perception of what real life is all about. You know, as they grow up, they will say, okay, mommy had to handle this, daddy had to handle this. They will see how to deal with it. So no, I was not going to let people set standards for me and my children. And I mean, at this point, it's working out good. There are days when you go through, oh my gosh, you know, but then I always try to remind myself, okay, the reason why you started doing this in the first place, and you got to kind of stick with it and be strong about it. But yeah, I mean, I would encourage anyone, if they could do it, it'd be a good thing. I'm hoping to continue on this path for a very long time. I don't know what the future holds, but hopefully I can stay firm and stay strong with it. So yeah, I'm not letting anybody set standards for me, especially people that when you take a look at their moral behavior, it doesn't say much. You know what I mean? And especially if they don't have my culture, then what can you teach me about me? That's all I gotta say. Greetings, Royal Kindred. It's your sister, Royal Legacy. I'm coming at you with a new video here. And you know, I was really inspired to do this video because of a lot of activities I see taking place on YouTube that really disturb me, like serious. I'm a conscious one, you know, and I'm always seeking conscious information from brethren and sisters out here, because I feel like we can all teach each other, you know, we can learn from one another. But what I've discovered is that this conscious movement is being infiltrated by a lot of foolishness, in my opinion. I see terms like goddesses and queens being thrown around in a manner that, fine, if that's what you consider to be a queen or a goddess, that's you, but I would say actions speak louder than words. You understand? And when I see a woman wrapped around in the Marcus Garvey Black Liberation colors, the red, black, and green, and she's half naked and gyrating in front of the camera, her crotch is the skin wide open for the camera, and we call that divine goddesshood, and we call that liberation. I'm concerned. I'm really concerned, because I really have to wonder if that was what Marcus Garvey intended for black liberation. I mean, we really need to listen to what the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey had to say about our people. And then we will understand that we are being misled by the actions of men and people. You know, it's sad. And they criticize the Christian people, but yet the actions I see demonstrated by the so-called conscious ones is worse than what even the Christian people would get on with. It's very sad to me, you know. I know many's going to disagree with this, but I don't really business, because it needs to be addressed. You have youths coming up that is seeking consciousness, that really want to see our people come together and to see a change. And when they see these type of things, what can they think? Well, they might as well continue living the way they live, because as they can see, not even the conscious people is doing even better. You know what I'm saying? It's a really, really sad thing to me. I see brothers chopping up each other videos and trying to drag down the other brother. What is it y'all are seeking for? Power and fame? This is not the focus. This is a crucial time. There are serious things going on out there with our people. I don't see none of you trying to chop up the skinheads them videos and the Ku Klux Klan them videos and really bringing it to them, because those are the people that you should bring it to, not your brother. Y'all supposed to be on the same path, strengthening one another. It's a really, really sad thing to see, and you know, honestly, it hurts me, man, because as a sisterin, I am very serious about my people. I am serious about the liberty. I'm serious about us coming together and restoring our culture and our love and our divinity, you know? And when I check it, I say to myself, we don't need leaders. We don't need nobody leading us. Each one of us individually must look within and find a divine strength and restore through meditation our true self. And with that now, we all come together. It's not somebody leading us and dictating to us how it's supposed to go. Because if this leader is heading down a path and there's a precipice at the end of the path, you're going to be heading down the precipice too with that person. So I don't know how y'all feel, but I personally, I'm just disgusted by a lot of the activities that I see being perpetrated under the red, black, and green, the liberation movement. It's just a sad, sad thing to me. And you know, what's even sad is when a woman can't even say to herself that I need to carry myself better than that. You know, it's a sad thing. Until children can sit down comfortably and watch these gyrating videos in the name of consciousness without covering their eyes and feeling uncomfortable, then you know you ain't doing something good. It could never be good. And I have to say that is far from being so-called conscious. You might be alive, but you ain't fully awake, because your senses alone should be able to tell you like something's wrong with this, you know. So anyways, blessed love my kindreds. I want to hear a dialogue about this. I want to get the opinions. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way, but I gotta tell you, I'm not really in doubt of myself when it comes to what's good and what's evil. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I couldn't see those things as being good. A sister calling herself conscious is half naked with the camera up her crotches and the gyration, and it's called tantric movements. I can't see it. Bless.
To turn over a new leaf, rejecting the ignorance, the foolishness, the childishness that has been your part for these many years. We have looked into your faces, you growing manhood, the rising generation, and no serious thought can we see registered on your countenance but the thought of vulgarity. I've been in your presence and my heart bleeds for you, the conduct you reflect. I've listened to your dirty language used to express yourselves. Can I appeal to the black manhood to turn over a new leaf? I'm ashamed of my black manhood, and what I've said to the black man, I also said to the black women. Your conduct is disgraceful. Young women whose personality spells respectability, at the least provocation, the filthy words they utter would almost make you turn and run away from them. A race that cannot conduct itself any better than that is bound to go down in defeat, is bound to go down in death, in hell, and in degradation. Your conduct is going to destroy you. You're driving your best friends away from you. Men will not respect you because you do not respect yourself. As I come in contact with my race from both a financial and social point of view, I realize how weak we are in the essentials that make for success. You are your worst enemy. The black man goes into business and tries to do the right thing, but what do we find? He gets no support from his fellow man. They lie on him, they rob him, and the next thing you hear, he's out of business, pulled down by you, his brothers. Have no faith and are dishonest to each other. There is no love for the man in black. See how we are struggling as strangers in a foreign clime, struggling in America, in Europe, in Asia, and in Africa, where men look upon us, not with love. The government of the...
Yes, I wonder how much of us are aware of the things Marcus Garvey spoke of. And if we're using the red, black, and green, the red, black, and green, are we representing the things that Marcus Garvey represent? Are we standing for what he stood for? Or are we contradicting the very said things that the red, black, and green represents? Let's take a look at ourselves and let's be true about our actions. Let's try and keep it real. Greetings. Blessed love. Hi. I want to touch on a subject that might be quite touchy to some people, but I wanted to speak on it because it's my observation in life, you know, behaviors of people and the outcomes of one's behavior. And what I want to talk about is relationship issues. Okay, and when I'm talking of relationship issues, I want to talk about envy in a relationship. I want to talk about jealousy in a relationship. And the reason why I talk about this is because I know it's pretty much in most people's lives. Even the so-called conscious people are experiencing this in their relationships. So I wanted to address it, you know. And what I really wanted to address is, you know, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you know, whether you're dating or it's your spouse or whatever, I don't feel you should put chains on a person, you know, restrict them to the point where they feel that they're in prison. You know, you have some people, they're in a relationship with someone, and if their woman even talks to another man, it creates major problems. There's a big fight and disruption in the home over something like that. And in my opinion, I feel that people should be able to mingle with other people within respect. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, okay, if it's your wife or your husband, I think your wife or your husband should be able to speak to other people of the opposite sex, you know, within due respect. You should be able to have conversations, you know, with other people without your person being so upset and creating arguments over it. And another thing I want to speak on too is, you know, some people feel they have to trap people because they're so afraid that they're going to be cheated on, so they either have to follow them everywhere they go or, you know, always check up on them or whatever. And to me, it's like, if somebody's going to cheat on you, they're going to cheat on you anyways. No matter what you do, they're going to do it, because if it's in their heart to do it, they're going to do it, you know. So I feel in relationships, people should allow the other person to just be free, you know, free to mingle within respect. I feel that person in their heart should carry the respect for the person that they're involved with, so that you can trust them to go off and mingle amongst people of the opposite sex, and know that because in their heart they're with you, that's enough to stop them from getting involved with someone. Don't get me wrong, I know there's people out there that just do not respect the boundaries of a relationship, and you're going to get that. You're going to get people, regardless, even if you tell them that you're in a relationship, they just don't want to hear it. They want what they want. But it's up to you to respect what you're in, you know what I mean? And you got to build that confidence between your spouse or your partner, whatever, so that they have no doubts that when you're out there mingling with other people, that you're actually being truthful to them. So I imagine everybody has some form of jealousy issue, but you really have to know how to handle it, how to gain control of it, because a lot of the times that can really push somebody away. When you're overly jealous and you don't know how to control your jealousy, a lot of the times your reaction can actually push that person away from you. And it's not that the person didn't love you in the first place, but it's how you handled yourself in the relationship, how you demonstrated your jealousy issues towards that person that actually caused that person to walk away from you. You know, it's crazy. Like, I think being open, like verbally open, is one way of kind of handling jealousy issues. Like, you know, for example, I'll give you a scenario. If you're with your partner and you see somebody and you think they're beautiful, hey, or you find there's something attractive, say it. You know, mention, hey, that girl looks this way, that guy looks this. But you can say it in a way that it's not going to offend the other person, and at least you know that, and it lets the other person know that you're not taking it in so deep, You know what I mean? Because the world is full of beautiful people. The world is full of different types of people with different attitudes, ways of dressing, and just ways of expressing themselves. And sometimes you'll see attributes in that person that's really attractive. And I don't know if that's wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just how you handle it, the information that you receive. You know what I mean? And I want to address this, and I know many people might take offense to this, but I feel it's necessary to talk about it. You know, you have some people that are so self-righteous and so religious that they would actually oppress the person in a relationship under the guise of that is what it is to be righteous. This is what you need to do to be a righteous person. I forget what I'm trying to say, but I see it happen a lot. And it's sad. And I find a lot of the times when people are in relationships for like a long time, for example, like years, people can tend to take each other for granted. You know, all of a sudden they're not saying thank you anymore. They're not complimenting the person anymore. You know, and that can create a lot of issues, especially if you don't take your spouse out too much. So now all of a sudden when you go out together, you know, your spouse might realize that you're complimenting other people and you're showing a lot of appreciation for other people. So that can kind of, you know, create the sort of jealousy issues, because now the person's wondering, okay, well, how come I'm here with you all the time and you don't even do this for me? I've seen it happen over and over again in relationships, and I think those are some of the things that, you know, create a lot of issues in people's relationship and cause it to just go down. So I got a scenario that should help to minimize or even eliminate confrontation when it comes to jealousy issues. Yeah, I want to kind of talk based upon observation as well. You know, things that create envy and jealousy in relationships. For example, okay, say you've met a friend, someone new, okay, your spouse have never met before, and they've been knowing you, they also knew that you did not know this person before. I think it's very important to now introduce your spouse in front of the person and say, hey, I met such and such a person at such and such a place. You know what I mean? Don't say hi to the person and be on your way, and now you've left this sort of like question in your spouse's mind as to, well, I know you didn't know this person before when I met you because I know all your friends. How is it you're saying hi in such a friendly manner to this person? Clear it up in the moment in front of the other person. That's what I think. No, I don't think you have to go everywhere together. I feel there should be enough trust in yourself and in your spouse to know that you don't have to accompany each other everywhere. I don't think it's acceptable to be walking with your spouse and see someone else of the opposite gender and do a 360 with your head. Don't do those things. Or all of a sudden slow down so it doesn't look like you're walking with your person. I don't do those things. Those are some of the things that would create jealousy issues in a relationship, and a lot of mistrust and insecurity. I am in no way an expert on relationships. I just think there are more mature ways to handle jealousy issues in relationships. And if the relationship jealousy issues have escalated to physical, mental, verbal, and emotional abuse, in my opinion, the relationship is no longer worth it. And that's just my opinion. Blessed love. Greetings, royal kindreds, brothers and sisters, I greet you. Man, it's been a long time since I did a video. It's been a while. You know what? I've been doing a lot of gardening. I've been gardening so much. My mother and I, we garden, and honestly, you'll be surprised the amount of food you can get out of a garden that's so small. You don't even need a big farm. Like, we had food in abundance, believe me. And this is one of them. Yeah, it's a zucchini, y'all. And would you ever believe this is small compared to actually what was grown in the garden. Anyhow, I've got something here that I want to talk about. You see this man? This is the man. I love you, Dr. Sebi. I love this man because he has changed my life. Honestly, Dr. Sebi has really changed the way that I eat. I mean, I was vegan for a while. Been living vegan liberty, you know, thinking that I'm eating healthy because, you know, in the islands you think ital is like sweet potato, yam, breadfruit, cassava. You even eat callaloo, but I'm so happy this brother taught me that starch, this food is starch, and the detrimental effects of starch on the temple. So I have changed a lot of my liberty. Give thanks to Dr. Sebi. Yes, and to those who criticize, yes, his healing may cost quite a bit, but you know what? By your works you shall get your pay, and this man deserved to be paid. It just happens to be that money is the form of payment, but this man has researched herbs, he has collected the herbs, and he healed the people. He needs to be paid for his works, you know. So big up to Dr. Sebi. It's a really good book. I enjoyed it. I full enjoyed it, I should say. It's a conversation with Dr. Sebi. It's an interview style, like question and answers, but you could get so much out of his answers and the things that he revealed in this book. So it's only $19.99. You can check out drsebi.com or drsebproducts.com, or you can just call them to order. I have never met you, Dr. Sebi, but I will meet you very soon. Anytime you come close to where I am or whatever, I'm going to make sure that I find the means to come to your lecture. Okay, so anyhow, look what I have here. Y'all see? Yeah. I also ordered Viento. And Viento is a very good product, I have to say. This one's empty. Yeah, you can see I haven't used this one, but I'm going to use it. It's I believe 90 in here, 90 pills. It's in a pill form, and when you taste it, it's very bitter, but it just tastes so refreshing. Like you just feel like it has a lot of oxygen. It feels really refreshing when you taste them. And this here will send you to the bathroom. Yeah, y'all will go to the bathroom. But the thing is, it's not like Centipod where you drink Centipod, you're flush in the toilet. No, you're gonna go to the bathroom, but it's gonna be like in abundance, but it's gonna be long. So yeah, but one thing you're gonna notice when you take Viento is you're gonna feel very energized. You're gonna feel very energetic, I should say, you know. Your energy level is gonna raise up a bit. So Dr. Sebi, big up to you. Keep up the good works. There are brothers and sisters out here that support your works, and we want you to continue because you're doing really wonderful works in the earth. You're demonstrating to the world the power of our people, and we are so wise, and we can do so much. Anyhow, like I was saying, I garden. And Dr. Sebi recommends this. This is, in Jamaica they call this callaloo. Some other islands call it zaypina. But universally it's known as amaranth. And you can see it grows red and it grows green. There are two maybe species of plant. I don't know if it's species, but they grow red and they also grow green. And this here, this little furry, I don't know what to call this, but stalk maybe. In here are seeds, and the seeds where they call the grains. You can get this to eat, the amaranth that they sell in the Whole Food stores and the bulk stores. Now the seeds, I don't know if you can see, there's some black ones. The seeds are generally black. I don't know how to get it. They probably took the shell off, but anyway, they're tiny seeds and they're very nutritious. When you eat this herb here, this vegetation, you will notice that your poops is going to be either black looking or dark green. That's to tell you the iron content in this is extremely high. I'm not so sure what other minerals it have in it, but I do know it has a lot of iron. So Dr. Sebi recommends that to eat. This here, if y'all can see that, is sea moss. Well, we call it sea moss. Some people call it Irish moss, right? And you can you buy this and you wash it off really good because it's got a lot of sea salt and like stones from the ocean. So you wash it, and you can soak it before you use it. Like, I boil it, okay, and it becomes really thick, right? And you can use it, make your almond milk, almond or walnut milk, and you can make your sea moss with that. And to sweeten it, you're going to use agave nectar. I usually buy the agave nectar like this. It costs quite a bit, but it's because you're going to be using it in abundance, try to buy it in bulk. Because you're going to use agave for all your sweetening needs, because, you know, like Dr. Sebi says, the sugar is a drug, is detrimental to us, it's no good for the temple. So either this, or he recommends you using maple syrup or dates, okay? And for all your sweetening needs, that's what you're going to use. Some of the herbs that he recommends, this is pimento. It's a powdered pimento. They've ground it. But this is pimento, how it is naturally, I guess, when it comes off the tree. I can show you if you can see that. They look like black pepper, but not to be confused with black pepper. These are good for you. So you can make tea with that. You can use it to season your food, or you could even use it in things like cakes and even the sea moss. Put a little bit in there when you're making your sea moss. It has a wonderful flavor, almost like bay leaf, cinnamon, and nutmeg all in one. But this is the healthy stuff. So you want to use that instead of the nutmeg, which he says is dangerous. And the cinnamon, from I was young, I learned cinnamon was poisonous. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I learned when I was young. He also recommends for tea, cloves. This is clove. See if y'all can see that. To my understanding, clove is good for parasites in the temple. Okay, you can make tea. It's really nice tea. Clove tea is very, very nice. And I remember as a youth, if you couldn't get to the dentist and you had like a cavity or something, you can use clove oil or bite up the clove and let the juice from the clove get into the teeth, and it will numb the pain. Very, very good herb, you know. So you can make tea with that. Dr. Sebi also recommends using this. This is turmeric. Some people call it turmeric. Where I was born, the people them call it saffron. Okay, it's what they use in curry powder. But I would suggest buying it separate than buying curry powder, because curry powder have the garlic in it, and it also has black pepper ground up in it. So I would buy the turmeric separate and make your own seasoning. Put everything together and make your own seasoning. Also, Dr. Sebi recommends sesame seed. Now, sesame seed are very nutritious. You can make sesame seed milk to drink. You can make tahini. I also make something with the sesame seed and the almonds and the walnuts, where I make like this like sesame cheese. It's really, really nice, you know. It's very nutritious as well. He also recommends this, which I love. This is quinoa. Quinoa. This is the red quinoa. They also sell them white, but I buy this one because I have a feeling this one might be the original and probably more nutritious because of the color. The brown and the red probably has a lot of substance in it. So quinoa. Also, if we're going to talk about vegetables and so forth, this is the tomato I believe Dr. Sebi recommends. This is the plum tomato. He also recommends a cherry tomato. This one, they call it over here, they call it a Roma tomato. So I think this is one that he recommends. Also things like bell peppers. Yummy, very, very good stuff here. Oh, I forgot to show you. Sesame seed also comes black. I didn't even know that. So I also buy the black one because, as you know, the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. They say the black blackness is the richness of the soil, so we need to get more blackness in us. And these are some grains that I buy, and I tend to buy it like this. The big 22-pound. This is spelt. I buy spelt in camels like this. It's quite costly, but you know what? You get more for your money's worth when you buy in bulk, and at least you know you're getting something nutritious. Close up, this is what spelt looks like. I hope y'all can see this. This is the spelt grain, and this here is the camels. These are what you're going to use to replace your starchy rice. And can I tell you, give it some time to cook, because as you can see, the grains are more firmer than rice. When I first tried cooking camel, that was not a pretty sight, okay? It's gonna take some time for it to really cook to the texture. Well, it's the texture that I like it. I like it a little bit soft, so I let it cook. I have a bag of flour here. This is, if you can see this, y'all. This is rye flour. He recommends the rye flour, which is very nutritious, right? I usually blend rye and spelt together, like when I'm making my bread or whatever. Dumplings, I use the rye and the spelt together. And spelt flour and camel flour, you can also get that, the grounded grains to use for your breads and stuff, you know. It's really, really wholesome stuff. Yes, organic stuff may cost more, but remember that life is more important than any material thing, because without life you don't have nothing. So put the money into the things that's going to sustain us in this earth, you know, to strengthen us. Our livity must change. Once we change our livity, and I'm not going to say diet, because we are not dying yet, we're living everlasting, eternal, seeing. So once we change our livity, our whole thinking pattern is going to change. Our whole attitude is going to change. We're going to become more loving to our brothers and sisters. You know, we're going to be kinder. We're going to be more humble, more, you know, radiant and joyful. So, bless Dr. Sylvia, give thanks. And I want to say big up to Winter Lioness. That's my sister, you know. I love her. We've been going strong in our friendship. And no, we're not into the funny business. I'm not into that freaky, funny liberty. We are sisterins. Sisterhood is well alive. Okay. Try to surround yourself with people who are thinking like you, people who want to make a change, because then you can support each other. You can share recipes, you know, and all that. And hey, if y'all venture on this path and you come up with really good recipes, feel free to send me a line, drop me some recipes, because I don't really cook with recipes. I kind of just cook with my vibration at the moment, you know what I mean? So I don't really have recipes to like share, you know. Maybe I should think about doing that, but I know there are people who are very organized in that way, and they, if you're able to do it, feel free to send me some recipes with these foods here. So yeah, surround yourself with good people, people that are willing to change, people that want to make a change, and support each other, you know. Me and my sister, and that's what we do. She strengthened me, I strengthen her. We collaborate, come together to make sure that we get the stuff that is going to nourish us, you know what I mean? So try to surround yourself with people like that, you know what I mean, so that you can really make a change in the earth for each and every one. So bless and love, my kindreds. Give thanks for listening to me. I hope that you will go out and try to change slowly but surely the liberty, you know what I mean? So stay firm, stay strong. One love. Blessed love, royal kindreds. I wanted to do a follow-up video because I felt like I wanted to address a lot of the negative vibrations around Dr. Sebi and his efforts to heal people. And yes, many complain about the cost of his healing, and it might be quite costly, but we have to remember that many people spend money on unnecessary things that don't even pertain to life, that are sick, and you know, instead of putting the money towards that, they rather spend it on something else. Shouldn't this man be paid for what he's doing? Yeah, he should be. Yes, it becomes a ticklish situation where money is involved in life. Yet, if he was not available or didn't make himself available to the public, there would be no other options. Everyone would have to depend upon pharmaceutical drugs, which wouldn't heal anyways. So my thing is, Dr. Sebi has a healing center, and of course that takes money to maintain. He also has people that are working for him that are collecting the herbs and so forth. They would want to be paid. They have families, I'm sure, to maintain. You know, unfortunately, it's money that's going to help put the food on their table. So to not expect him to charge, I mean, you can go to his healing center and stay for a week. You try staying a week at some hotels and see how much you got to pay for that. And I mean, included in that fee is your herbs that you're going to get for the week. So I think we have to give the brother a little ease up. He's trying to do something good. Who knows what his plan is for the future with this. Maybe he's trying to collect enough funds to be able to do something really great. Like greater, I should say, because he's already doing something so great. Those that are complaining, why not collectively get involved with people that have enough funds to maybe approach Dr. Sebi in a way that he and his people can make the healing available to a lot of people who cannot afford. Why not use the efforts and energy to approach those that have an extensive amount of financial resources, you know, at their disposal that they can put towards supporting Dr. Sebi in his efforts in healing our people. So instead of complaining and looking down on him, maybe we should try those methods. Also, you know, someone made a comment about his healing should be free. I think sometimes we have to really think about the consequences of our actions, because if everyone knew the healing was there and available to them freely, there might not be a respect for life. People may live precariously without concern as to the consequences of their actions. So I think for everything, sometimes there is a price to pay, and I will definitely support Dr. Sebi in his efforts to healing the world. So give thanks for him being available to each and every one. Respect. Hey y'all, well, I have time today, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do some more videos. So anyhow, yeah, I'm on a roll today and I feel good. So I brought the light closer because you know, it was like, I think the camera was a little bit darker on my other video, but anyways, it's okay, it's all good. I want to talk about good Mr. Dr. Sebi, yeah, 'cause I love him. Yeah, I love Dr. Sebi, so I want to do a review again on some products. Dr. Sebi has new products. Just hold on, y'all. I'll be back. I gotta turn off this. So I'm forward again. Okay, so I called the office of Dr. Sebi and I placed an order, and I was very pleased when I got my order. And I gotta tell you, I ain't no shame in my game. I'm gonna tell you straight up what I ordered. I ordered H1 Female Nourisher. Dr. Sebi has quite a few products now that he didn't have before. So this is really good because now he's sort of like making products towards specific needs, and this one happens to be the female, and they have a male one as well. So basically this product here balances the female hormones. And I ain't afraid to say I needed some hormonal balancing because as a child growing up, my hormones was off, and I wouldn't be surprised if it had to do with all the food that I was eating, all the stuff that they pumped into the food, you know what I mean? So my hormones were off balance, and after having children, I imagine it got worse. So I just want to say that Dr. Sebi's female H1 does balance the hormone. I gotta say that because it did something wonderful for me, and I know it works. And honestly, I gotta say, it does say it makes you more fertile, and it also it makes you feel like you want to get something. Yeah, and that part works. Ain't afraid to say it. You gonna take this, you make sure you got a partner, because you know what? You gonna feel like you want some. Alright, so on to the next one. I got here Dr. Sebi's Tonic Electra. I should do a commercial for Dr. Sebi. Mind you, just I gotta make a disclaimer and let y'all know I am not being paid by Dr. Sebi to do this. Okay? I am strictly doing this on my own just because I happen to love the man, and his products are very good. So anyways, Tonic Electra is really, really, really good. It's supposed to nourish the entire body, right? It's like I guess it must be like a high concentration of iron and oxygen. Anyways, I've been giving this to my children, okay? And I have seen improvements in my children. Not that my children are sickly or anything like that. But what I could say is one of my youths has bow legs, and I figure the bow legs come about from maybe not enough calcium. I don't know, but I'm guessing. And I noticed his legs is straightening up. So, good Tonic Electra, go out and buy it. Yeah. What do you think? I'm good? Alright, and I haven't been taking a Tonic Electra only because I am currently taking, the female, H1 female nourisher. So I don't know if I could take it together, but I've just, want to keep things a little bit simple. Don't overcomplicate what the herbs are doing in my body. Alright, so I'm going to share this one with y'all. And y'all can judge if you want to. But all I know is your body's like a vehicle, and sometimes you need an oil change. Sometimes you need to fuel up. Sometimes you need to shampoo the engine. Alright, so this is a shampoo for the engine. This is a uterine wash. Okay, it's a douche. So basically the herbs are in here, and you make like a extraction, decoction. I'm sorry, I don't know which one. I'll have to check that out. But you seep the herbs, and then you take the herbs, the tea, and you douche. I think you can do it once a month. They say if you have a condition, you can do it once a week. I tried it, and you feel fresh after you use it. I ain't afraid to say it. Because I don't think there's anybody in this earth that's in 100% tip-top shape. So I would suggest for the sisters them that might have issues or may not even have issues, and you just want to maintain your body. Because for me, it was just a matter of I have had children, and I know that, like the earth, it replenishes itself at times, and at times, you need to flush. You need to do things to constantly regenerate your cells and stuff like that. So I ordered the douche because I want to maintain my womb in good, healthy state. And I don't have things like fibroids and all that. I can share that with y'all. And that's the truth. So the female nourish uterine wash is pretty good, honestly. I gotta tell you. And I recognize one herb that's in there, and it's the red clover. And I personally have used the red clover with great success with my children and myself, in terms of them getting injured and bleeding and different things like that. I've used the red clover for that purpose. I've also given them tea and myself just to cleanse the blood. So yeah, big up to Dr. Sevi. Check him out because he's got some amazing products now, like the Eva salve. I was talking to the sister on the phone, and she was saying the Eva salve brings down any type of like bumps or lumps or whatever, I guess, inflammatory situation in the skin. So you can put it there, or I guess on the skin. It will over time get rid of it. So that's good for people that might have boils or, you know, cysts, tumors and things like that. So yeah, that's probably something I'm gonna order. Although I make my own salves and my own skin creams and stuff like that, I might order it just because I love Dr. Sevi, and I think that he's a master herbalist and his products are amazing. So yeah, that's my follow-up to Life Forever Living. Greetings, blessed love, Royal here. Ah boy, where do I start with this video? I really don't know. I had said to myself, with all the controversy going on YouTube, I wasn't going to get involved. But after seeing this video today of Sister Black Indigo, I don't even know what to say. It hurts. That's one thing. Let me just start off by saying I'm really not someone who's into watching pornographic materials. That kind of stuff just don't tickle my fancy. You know what I'm saying? It really is. I don't have a bone in me for that type of thing. So anyhow, after watching Brother Wise Nubian's video today, well, let me just back up and say this. I've been taking in all the controversy, the videos people have been doing about Sister Black Indigo, and I never had an issue with the sister, never had really a viewpoint towards her. She was doing videos about black people, and I thought it was good because, you know, like myself, there's images and information that we need to put out there for our people in order to help us become the best that we can be in life within our culture. So it was a joy for me to see another beautiful sister doing her thing and strengthening the people. And she had a lot of followers, 10,000 plus, 11,000 plus followers. And what I noticed today was that she closed down her account, and overstanding why, because now the can of worms have opened up on her. And I'm not here to glorify any of her downfall or to bash her or anything like that, but what I want to say is to Sister Black Indigo, if you happen to be watching my video, I saw your responses, and I felt like you could have been a little bit more humble with the way that you dealt with your people, just because so many people are following you. So many people loved you and subscribed to you because they love seeing you and hearing the things that you have to say to them. So I really think it was very heartless of you to let the people down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you showed no care and concern. As far as you not practicing what you preach, I just want to say this. Everybody has issues in their life that they go through. You know what I'm saying? But what saddens me, it seems like you sold your soul for money. And that's hard. That's hard, sister, to deal with. I'm telling you, man. You sell your soul for money, you're going to be in a miserable place. You know what I'm saying? There's so much more that you could do. Money ain't... Yeah, you need money to come true in life. But there's many more things that you can do to obtain money. You don't have to take your clothes off, sister. I mean, after seeing that video, you are butt naked. Your crotch is in the camera. That hurts, man. That hurts. That's pornography, straight up. That's what you're doing. And it seems to me that... I hope you're not being pimped. You know, I hope you're not prostituting, but it seems to me, based upon the setup of the video, it seemed like someone was giving you the oil to oil your body and stuff like that throughout the scenes. It seems that either you're involved in some pornographic type video shootings and stuff, or you got a pimp or someone that's paying you to do these type of things. I wouldn't so much say that's a personal video that you made for your boyfriend, just because, like I said, it seemed like someone was assisting you in getting you the oil to oil your body and stuff like that. Wow. Oh my. There's a big gap between what you were saying and what you are doing. A mighty, mighty gap. And I think that's the saddest thing, you know. I don't know what happened to you, sister. Because, I mean, back maybe a year and a half or so ago, you and the sister Isis invited me on a radio show to talk about things in the black community and ways that we can change situations in the black community. And here's the thing, you had a mighty voice. You had a mighty, mighty voice to bring about change in the black community. And the reason why I say that is because so many of our people took a liking to you. And it's not just the conscious community, but other sisters that you would label as unconscious, but in reality are probably even more conscious than you are in terms of where their moral standings are. You know what I'm saying? And those very said sisters probably are the ones wearing weave and you know, eating their chicken and their beef and all that kind of stuff, you know. And you had a voice to be able to influence them to come to culture and the upful way of living and things like that. And it's sad to me what happened to you. You know, it's really a sad thing. And very too often we see our people selling their soul for money. You know, and they will get involved in the most scandalous, the most demoralizing things for money. But when you sit alone in with yourself, are you going to be a happy person? Are you going to feel good about you and how you obtain the material things that you needed in life? You know what I'm saying? And I think one thing you could have worked on is learning how to fast. Because like I said in one of my videos, when you know how to fast from food, you know how to fast from a lot of things. Because fasting teaches you self-discipline. You know, when it comes down to materialism and all sorts of immoral activities, learning how to fast. Abstaining from food, but not just fasting from food, fasting from talking, fasting from people, certain kind of vibrations. You have to learn how to discipline your temple. You know what I'm saying? And it seems that in that area you were lacking greatly. Sister, man, it hurt me, Dread. I'm telling you the truth, to see you doing this, man. It hurt me. I'm a sister, and you know what I mean? I'm a sister in that really uphold black woman as, you know, having some integrity, you know what I'm saying, having some self-esteem about herself. And it don't seem like you have the self-esteem to know that there's just certain things that you don't need to do to make money. You know what I'm saying? Seek within yourself and find the strength and the creativity within you. It would even be better for you to even maybe be on unemployment and accept some unemployment in the meantime until you get yourself together to find a way to actually make some upstanding money. Because the look of fast money that you're going to make, as fast as it come, as fast as it's going to go too. You're going to realize that when people don't make money off of some goodness, the money will not in turn go towards goodness. So you will never really see what you're doing. It don't matter how large this sum of money is. You wouldn't really see the goodness that you're doing with it. Whereas compared to if you work hard and get a little money here and there, you're going to really, because now you're going to be conscious and say, you know, I had to work really hard to get this money. I'm going to really put it towards something really concrete and solid, you know. So with that being said, Sister In, I really hope that this video reaches you. And I really want to say, Sister Black Indigo, man, you disappointed a lot of people in this community. And like you said, you don't give an F about people because people don't really know you, right? But we know what you put out there about yourself. You understand? That's what we know. And you get judged by that in the same manner, because that's what you choose to put out about yourself. And you have even gone further than the sisters that are twerking on YouTube. You've gone further than that. You're seeing your bare crotches in the camera, like your finger and your crotch and all them things. Those things are private business between a man and his woman. You understand? If you choose to even do that. But even in your consciousness, even if that's your man, within your consciousness, you're supposed to say, yo, I'm a public figure at this moment, and if this relationship don't work out between me and this brethren, I wouldn't like him for him to post a video of me on YouTube doing these type of things. You know what I'm saying? So even within your own personal liberty, you're supposed to demonstrate a sense of discipline. You know what I mean? And it saddened me, man. It really saddened me, Sister In. But I hope the best for you. And it's never too late to stop what you're doing. It's never too late to stop and turn around from what you're doing. Don't destroy yourself in a sex industry. You are worth so much more than that. You are worth, black woman, you are worth way more than the sex industry. Selling your crotches for some money ain't even worth it. Trust me. And with that, I want to say bless up and guidance to you, Sister Black Indigo. I really hope this video reach you. And I really hope you will come to the people and address the people within integrity. You know what I'm saying? People don't need, you don't owe people nothing. But I think within integrity, it'd be an awful thing to come to the people and let them know that you need some help, Sister In. You need some help to turn your life around. So with that, be safe, blessed love, and guidance.